Someone.
Hi, good evening. I don't know if we have new people here or
Hmm.
uh please, if you are new here, please signify so that we can do a brief introduction for you. Just
I'm new here. Good
type
evening.
in on the chat box.
Yes, I'm new here. I'm actually new. I just joined.
Okay, welcome, Michael. You're welcome. Do we have any other new person here? I just type new on the chat box so that we can do a brief intro about this amazing cryptocurrency robot. So we only have one new person here. Please, we encourage you people to always come with your prospect. It's easier for them so that they can ask questions and get to know about the Royalq robot better. Okay, so I think we have another new person. Welcome, Idu. So let's just do a brief introduction about the Royalq. My name is Oshari. I'm a V2 rank in Royalq, and I have my co-host here, Leader George, who is going to be taking us and teaching us about today's topic. We also have our special guest here, Leader OBM. Leader OBM is a V5 rank in Royalq. So what's Royalq? Royalq is an artificial intelligence robot that helps trade cryptocurrency. So what it does is that it trades cryptocurrency on your behalf. So you don't have to always be on your phone and monitoring the market. It does that on your behalf as long as you are able to properly or learn how to instruct your robot. Once you instruct the robot, it follows the instruction on your behalf, even when you are sleeping, at work, or doing other things. Now, what it does is it buys low and sell high. So when the cryptocurrency market is going down or a particular coin you are trading in is going down, it will be buying that coin at a cheaper price. And then when it is going up, it's going to be selling it at a cheaper price. You don't need data for that. Your phone can be off and then it's doing what it's supposed to do, buying and selling. Now, you need to activate your robot. So the subscription for 1 year is $120. First, you need to get your Binance or your crypto bank, which can be Binance, Wobi, Kraken, Indodex. So in Royalq, we have 6 crypto banks that you can link to your Royalq robots. But I highly suggest Binance. But if you're in a country that Binance is not allowed, you can use any other of the 5 cryptocurrency exchange. Now, what you do is you buy USDT. USDT is the dollar of cryptocurrency. So whatever dollar price is, that is what USDT or that is what the amount of USDT would be. So you would buy USDT with your local currency in your exchange, which is Binance. And after buying it in your exchange, you then activate your robot, which is $120. And then you link your robot
Yeah.
to your Binance. Please, can we keep
No.
ourselves muted? We'll allow you ask questions um when the time is right, but please make sure you are muted. Now, like I said, it costs $120 to activate your robot and $20 gas fee. So to set up your robot for the first time, you need $140 to set up your robot. And then you leave your trading capital, which can be anything from $100 or above, inside your exchange. Royalq helps you trade inside your crypto bank. You do not give anybody your money. You do not give the company your money. You do not give your mentor or your upline your money. Everything is done inside your exchange. Whenever you feel like withdrawing your money, you do not have to ask for permission or get permission from anybody to withdraw your money because it is in your bank. So I believe that I have done a brief introduction on how the Royalq robot works. So if you have any questions, you can put it on the chat box and we'll attend to it. Leader George, you can take over for today's topic. If Leader George is available.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
Good evening, all. You're all welcome to today's Zoom. We're talking about the features of Royalq. So for that, I'll be sharing my screen. So without wasting time, let's dive in. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes,
Yes,
you
yes.
can go ahead.
Okay. So I'll share my screen. So this is the Royalq app. This is the Royalq app we have been talking about that has made over 138 million USDT as profit for its users. The Royalq is an artificial intelligence robot, like our hosts have said. It is just like a plane. For you to achieve a good destination when you are using a plane for your travel, you must make sure that a qualified pilot that should be able to fly the plane. So you don't unauthorized personnel or those that have not been satisfied, a pilot cannot fly a plane. If they fly, you know what will happen to the plane. So, and they are all they are all robots, you understand? So it needs you to give it the right commands. So without wasting much of your time, this is a business that you have to do it for 1 year. I will encourage everyone to pay attention and listen. If you might not get everything now. This Zoom is recorded. You can easily go back and watch this Zoom. So I will start by explaining everything on the app. So at the top left here, you see all the exchanges. Our host said Royalq works with the exchanges, which is our cryptocurrency bank. You can see Royalq works with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exchanges. But the common one is Binance. So you can either connect, if you have all these banks, if you have all these cryptocurrency banks, you can connect all. So if you want to switch to Hobby, you click on it. Everything here now will be displaying Hobby. You can see all these coins now will be on Hobby. If you click on it and change, to Indodax. Everything here now will be Indodax. So, but you see, Binance is a kind of the general exchange that has so many coins, almost 78 or 79 coins on Royalq. So the next thing you find here is the API binding. Like our leader said, we don't give your money, we don't give our money to Royalq. We don't give our money to anybody to help us trade. We keep our money in these exchanges and we bind it. That is this first one, API binding. We bind it to our exchange. So after you register and activate the Royalq, you have to bind it. This API binding helps us not to give our capital to Royalq. So when we bind it, we keep our money in the comfort of our cryptocurrency bank, which is Binance, Huobi, Indodat, and the rest. So this is where we do our binding. You understand? Royalq is telling you that you can bind as many. Connecting to more than one exchange is also an option. So if you're using 2 banks, cryptocurrency banks, 3 banks, you can trade, you can connect all, and the robot will be trading on all for you. So the next one is revenue details. This revenue details, that is where you see all the revenues the robot is making for you. Okay, that is the trades. This is where you see the profits the robot is making for you, the trade profits the robot is making for you on a daily. So if you are trading and you need to see if the records of the profit the robot is making, you get it in this revenue details. Now we have the rewards details. So this is where you see the rewards. Royalq, as why it's an amazing business is that its rewards is one of the best so far, in the sense that if you enjoy the business and you introduce someone to start using Royalq gives you immediate rewards of $30. If I bring you in now for you to use Royalq, remember your money is safe in your exchange. You don't give it to me, you don't give it to Royalq. So that's why I'm proud to talk about Royalq, to introduce it to anybody. Your rewards, Royalq gives me the rewards immediately once I register and activate someone. $30, depending on your rank. Some people, once they refer anybody, they get 40. Some get 50. Some get 60. Some get 65. Some rewards are 70, depending on the rank you are in Royalq. Now, apart from the instant rewards, this reward details, you can also see when you, as far you're in Royalq, you have an activated robot, and you refer at least one person to the system, you have become a shareholder of Royalq. You know, when you become a shareholder of a company, you know there's dividends that you should be receiving. So as long as the person or the people under your team are doing well, you are leading them well, you are making sure that they are trading well, Royalq gives you rewards, passive rewards. As far as they are making profit daily, Royalq gives you passive income daily, passive rewards daily. So you get it here. And this place is withdrawable. The money here is withdrawable. The money here in your revenue details is, there's no money here. Here is just details. Here is just records. But the money in the reward is withdrawable. This money here is withdrawable. The money you are seeing in revenue details is already in your cryptocurrency exchange. Remember, Royalq has no access to the money in your exchange. when you do the API binding, you only give Royalq two permissions. Permission number one is for Royalq to be able to see the market, the cryptocurrency market. And permission number two, for Royalq to be able to buy and sell, that is in the spot market of the exchange. So it buys and sell. It will buy in your spot wallet. It will use your USDT dollars to buy crypto when it's low. Then when it's high, it will sell it. So all the buying and selling happens in your exchange, in the spot wallet. So that is where both your capital and your profit will stay. When you enter revenue details, the money here is not here. It's just records you are seeing here. The main money is in your Binance or your exchanges, your cryptocurrency bank. Now we have the assets. This is where the money you see here in rewards, all the money you are seeing here in rewards, this is where in assets, this is where you can withdraw them. You can see deposit, you can deposit, you can withdraw, and you can transfer. Only your rewards, only your rewards as a shareholder, only your rewards as a shareholder you can withdraw. That's why I do tell people, if you are a trader alone in Royalq, there's nothing like withdrawal for you. You don't withdraw. You don't ask permission to withdraw. You don't withdraw money because your money is not in Royalq. Your money is in your Binance, your exchange, your cryptocurrency bank. If you need any money, you go there and you set through P2P. But as long as you are trading, you are also a shareholder in Royalq. That is, you have referred at least one person to join you, then you are a shareholder. So when you enter asset, as far you are putting that person through for the person to make profit for the person, as the person is making profit for him or herself, Royalq will be giving you rewards. And if you come to assets page, that is where you can see rewards, daily rewards. Okay, and you can withdraw them. So it's withdrawable. You understand? When you click withdraw, you can withdraw. Okay, then the next one is invite friends. This is where you can invite your friends. You get your link and you can invite friends in this place. So when you click on it, it opens. You click on copy, you click on this copy and you can send. Then we have the user guide. So this is where you find topics. This is where you find topics about Royalq in case you need to. We have the mentor. Mentor was introduced when some uplines stopped being supportive to their downlines. So that is when the mentor program was in the mentor features was introduced. So as long as you have a team, you have an upline, that supports you. You have nothing to do in the mentor area. Now, we are trading sports in Royalq alone in our team, but Royalq also introduce features, but we don't go to features. We only focus on sports because in sports there's nothing like risk or loss. There's no risk because it buys low and sell high. Even when it buys low and the coin continue going lower, Royalq activates what they call the margin calls. Margin calls can be explained in a simple term, just like a provision. You as a businessman, you have a provision store and you sell bag of rice, and you go to the market today and you bought one bag of rice at 50,000. But after 2 days, you heard that bag of rice is now at 40,000. What will you do? Remember the 2 bags of rice you bought at 50,000 each, you have not sold them. But now in the market, they are selling one bag of rice at 40,000. What will you do? As a businessman, you still go back to the market and buy like 3 bags of rice at that 40,000. You understand? or you buy it at 35 so you can sell it 40 and make gain. So you go to the market and buy like 4 bags of rice so that your business will not just collapse, because you cannot sell those ones you bought at 50,000 because current price of bag of rice is 40. So you have to go to the market and buy more bags of rice at that cheaper price. What happens again? You come and bag of rice, after 2 days, bag of rice now goes down to like 30,000. What will you do? You still go back, because you know that the price of bag of rice do go down and it comes up. So that is what the robot does as margin calls. Any trade you start for the robot and the coin starts going down, the robot will continue going to the market, to your exchange, your cryptocurrency bank, and it will use USDT to be buying the trade it's trading. It will be buying it at a cheaper price. As the price goes down, it will be buying it exactly just the way I explained the robot buying, the businessman buying more bags of rice at a cheaper price, in the sense that once bag of rice from 30, if it even falls more to 20, the businessman will still go back and buy bags of rice. Do you know that if bag of rice, the price now goes up to like 45,000, he can sell those ones he bought at 20, those ones he bought at 30, those ones he bought at 40, sells all of them at 45. He can even decide to sell the ones he bought at 50,000. That too, he can decide to still sell them at the price of 45, and he will, in average, he will still make gain, because he bought some quantity of bag of rice at 20,000 and he sold them at 45. So the difference in the profits, he can use it to cover up the 2 bags of rice he bought at 50 that is now selling at 45. He will use the profits of the ones he bought at 25,000 that is sold at 45. He will use that profit to settle this one. So in average, if you want to check the business in average, he has made profit from it. So that is what margin calls is all about. It's a feature in the Royalq bot. Some persons, they don't activate that feature. You understand? They don't activate that feature and they will keep on blaming the robot, that the robot is not trading well. Remember when I started, I said if someone that is not qualified to fly a plane gets his way into the plane and starts it and start flying, you know what will happen to the person? Well, will that person blame the plane? Is the plane at fault? No, it's the person flying the plane that is not qualified. So that is why you need all this knowledge to be able to use the robots well to make profit. People are using it to make profit. So if you are qualified to use the robots, you should be making profits as other people are making profits too. So we start wasting our time. Okay, let me explain the down part. We have the home page at the bottom here. We have the home page, we have the strategy page, we have the cycle page, we have the news, and we have the mine. Mine is more of where the settings, where you see everything. So we have the assets. This is where you see, I've explained this one. This is where you see your gas fees. In Royalq, there's what we call gas fees. Gas fees is just like when you want to start a provision store, you pay for the shop rent for 1 year, you keep some money that you use to buy power, you keep some money used to buy water, you keep some money used to throw away your debt. So all those money for utilities, that is what we call gas fees. You keep some amount of money in your Royalq so that as the robot is making profits for you, it will be deducting some percentage, some fractions for your gas fees. But if you like the business and you introduce it and you start building your team so that your friends, families, your social media contacts, they can come and start using Royalq. Royalq will be giving you those rewards, and with those rewards, you don't need to start paying gas fees again. You can also use the money, the rewards you are getting as your gas fees. So it's a win-win situation for those that want to participate in Royalq fully, both as a trader and also as a team builder. But if you want to only focus as a trader, you just be making profit, but you make sure that you keep money aside for utilities, because in your shop, as you are making profits selling, you'll be paying, you'll be using lights, you'll be using water, you'll be throwing debts. So you always keep that money for utility fees as your gas fees. The strategy, that is where to start a trade now. To start a trade, you can start from here, from the home page. You find the coin. You find the coin from here, or you go to strategy and click on the boat. We are using the martingale strategy. That is what I just explained when I gave the example of the provision store owner, the businessman that went to buy bag of rice. Two, he started with two, and when the price goes down, he went back to buy like four. When the price goes down, he went back to buy like eight. So it what those margin calls buying, they are what we call the martingale strategy. You understand? So buy separately and sell in whole. So you click on it. Now, feel free to create your own strategy, more flexible. This one, because we are going to, as a pilot, you are going to apply your own knowledge to the artificial intelligence robot, because you are going to give it some sets of instructions. Those instructions is what we'll be giving you. So you always have the instructions. They are very simple. So you click on this, feel free to create your own strategy, more flexible. You click on the next here, this down one. Now you still come back to this page where you find the name, the coin you want to trade. Remember, we are trading USDT. The capital we are using is in USDT. But if you say you want to accumulate BTC, maybe you have BTC you want to be using to trade, you can also use BTC to trade. If you say you have Ethereum you want to use to trade, to accumulate Ethereum, that means you want your profits to be coming in Ethereum, you can also use Ethereum. But generally what we use is the dollars to accumulate dollars. We use dollars to buy other cryptocurrencies, and when it sells, it makes you profit in USDT as the profit. So for instance, today's Zoom is about the features of Royalq. Someone asked me during the last Zoom about the features or the new features Royalq added. So let me pick, for instance, Aave. So this is the coin. So before we go to the new features that was added, let me explain. At the top of this place, look at this top, this arrow here, at this top here, is to go out. You understand? So let's go back in again. Let's select the Aave. Okay, AAVE. Okay, at the top, you see that this coin we are trading is on Binance Exchange. So you can see the logo here. Now you can see the name of the coin, AAVE. That is the cryptocurrency you want to trade. You're asking the robot to trade for you. Slash. The slash means the currencies you want to use you're telling the robot to use to trade for you. So it's in USDT. So the coin you want to trade is AAVE, but you are using USDT to trade it. So if you see this place, this icon after the USDT is where you can see the charts. You can see the charts of the market. So you can see what we call them candles. I don't know, for those joining us, you might not need all these things. Once you get, we do drop signals on the group or in our team. You get the signals, you enter. So you might not need all these candles reading and all that, because we are using an artificial intelligence robot. So all you have to do is just you see the signals daily, you enter it and you make your profits. The signals might come with 1.3, 2%, 3% profits. All you have to do, enter it, take your profits and wait for the next one. But these are the charts. We have the 15 minutes time frame, we have the 1 hour time frame. Time frame means you see the movement of the coin in the space of 1 hour or in the space of 4 hours. You see if the coin is going up or the coin is going down. When the red means coin was dropping, the green means coin was going up. So that is just, and now you see the volume in 24 hours. Volume means 24 hours volume means the total number of USDT that people are using to trade this coin on in the last 24 hours. So that is just what you see. Then you see the price. Then this plus, the percentage is telling you the percentage it has done in the last 24 hours. If the percentage is plus or minus, you see it. Okay, so let's go back. So let's go back. Okay, so yeah, let me explain. So I've explained this one. So at the top here, yeah, the log, you see the log. This log is to tell you if I've entered this trade before, you would have seen the log. So this is where you see what is happening when the robot buys or sell, or if there's any error on the trade. Maybe you start a trade and it ends immediately. You start a trade and it stops immediately. You come to the log, you should be able to see what is happening. Maybe your API is not connected correctly, or you don't have money in your Binance. You will see it on this log. So on the other side, the other icon at the top left, top right, this one is the transaction record. So this is where you see records of the buy, the sell, the percentage stuff. This is where you see it. Okay, so now this one shot means, this one shot, you can see here, the whole cycle. If I click on the cycle, this top changed to cycle. If I click on this one shot again, it turns to one shot. So one shot, the meaning of one shot, you're telling the robot, go in once, buy this AAVE coin for me, make profits for me, and sell, buy it low. When it's to my, if maybe I set 2% take profits, when it gets to 2% take profits, activate the callback, sell it, make profit for me, and stop. That is one shot. Make this profit for me once and stop the trade so that I can look for other projects. In cryptocurrency, the best thing is entry a coin when it's down, when the prices are low. You understand? So it's not about you trading a coins that have increased to the highest. So that's why most people prefer this one shot strategy, in the sense that once a coin is low, they enter, they pick 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, depending on what the signal says. And once it hits there, it sells and it closes project. Because in crypto, a coin that goes up will come down. A coin that is down will go up. That is the lifestyle of cryptocurrencies. It goes up, it comes down. That is why we are trading it. So most people prefer this one shot, so that once they buy low and it goes up, it sells and they go out of the market. Whether the coin wants to fall or it wants to continue going, they leave it and look for another signals that will be dropped, that our leaders will drop on the group, and they enter again. So with that, they'll be making their steady profits, and they don't experience huge floating loss. Because when I introduced the business, I said there's no risk, there's no loss. We only experience floating loss, which is called the waiting time. Some persons now that they don't have the knowledge of the robots, they don't have the knowledge of crypto, they're just starting, and they will see a coin that have increased higher, that have increased too high, they will go and start it. They will go and enter that coin. Whereas in Royalq, we have almost 78 coins. that you can enter. Is that one that have increased up. That is what they went to enter. Remember, anytime you start a trade, that is what the robot will record as the low. The coin must go up more for the robot to sell at a higher price. So if you have gone to give your robot a higher coin, a coin that is already high, remember I said in crypto, when it goes up, it will come down. So the time the coin has gone up and you enter, the robot should wait for that coin to still go up. Now, if the coin is at up and starts coming down, the robot will still wait and be buying your margin cost for you. You might not make profit from it that time. So the time you wait for the coins to come down, the robot buys all your margin and the coin starts going up. That is when you start making profit from the margin cost. So all those time is what we call the waiting time, floating loss. So that is why we are saying, if you have this knowledge, you should know a coin that has gone up, and most of the signals that they will drop for you, they are the coins that are staying down. You understand? So in Royalq, we don't give the robots a coin that has already pumped so well, because even as the plane is, if you are to fly to England and you now, the pilot or the person that is now flying the plane, controlling the plane, does not direct it to the location, it will go the other way, and you people will delay. The flight that was supposed to last 3 hours, 4 hours, you people will start going around, might stay more than 20 hours on the air. So it's the same thing here. Okay, so I've explained one shot. So the next thing by the side of the one shot is what we call the strategy mode. So we have the whole warehouse mode, we have the sub-in mode, and we have the sub-in mode with time settlement. So I will explain this. If we click the whole warehouse mode and click confirm, look at this top, it has changed to cross margin. I hope you are following, please. Are we following?
Yes.
Okay, this top has turned to cross margin. What it means, the cross margin is the same thing as the whole warehouse mode. It means that you see the businessman I told you about that owns a provision store that went to the market to buy bags of rice at different prices. If the businessman is using the whole warehouse mode, he's going to sell all those bags of rice at 55,000 or 60,000. That is whole warehouse mode. Even the one it buys, the initial 2 bags of rice it bought at 50-50. Maybe his initial plan was to sell it at 60,000. But bag of rice price now started going down. He still went to the market to be buying it cheaper price. He will not sell those even when he bought the last one cheaper at 20,000. And bag of rice now increased to 40,000. If he's using this strategy mode, which is the whole warehouse mode, he will not sell that bag of rice. He had made profit already from it, from those ones he bought at a cheaper price. But as long as he's using this whole warehouse mode, he will not sell it. He will sell all the bags of rice at that initial price, which is 60,000. He intended selling those 2 he bought first. So this is the strategy mode. He sells all of them as one. He sells them as a whole. So whether he bought any bag of rice at 10,000, he bought anyone at 20,000, he bought anyone at 30,000, he bought anyone at 40. It will sell them when the price of rice increases to 60. It will sell everything as a whole. That is the strategy mode for whole warehouse mode. The robot, when it buys the first one, which is your first buy-in amount, your first buy, maybe your first buy is $20. It's used to out of your capital for the trade. Maybe you have $200 to trade a coin, and the robot now started with $20 and reserve 180. Then the coin now start going down, and the robot uses all your 180 to be buying the margin calls, to be buying the trade at a cheaper price. If you are using this whole warehouse mode, it will only sell all of them at the initial price it was supposed to sell that your first buy-in amount. It will sell all the margin calls together. So I believe I'll be able to explain the whole warehouse mode. Then the sub-in mode. The sub-in mode is what I explained that the businessman will do. But in Royalq, when you select the sub-in mode, what it will do, after the businessman buys the bag of rice at the first one he bought at the two he bought at 50,000, and the bag of rice now starts going down, he will be buying it. He will buy some at 40, he will buy some at 30, he will buy some at 20. Now if those ones he bought at 20 increase to 30, he will not it will sell, but it will not give you any notification. You will not see that it has sold for you. It functions more like the whole warehouse mode, but it has already sold, but it will not give you the profit immediately. It will be keeping it for you. It will be helping the average price to reduce. That profit it's made for you, it will not give you. It will use it just like, if you the businessman that bought 2 bags of rice at 50,000 and bought so many quantity at a cheaper price, it has made the price of this 50/50. If he sells those 50/50 at 40,000, he will still make gain. So what this sub-in mode will do is that it will not give you the sub-in sales, all those smaller quantity, the profit, it will not give you immediately. It will keep it stay inside the trade until the whole trades have sold off. You will not see it will not join the profit with the first buy. With those bag of rice it's bought at 50/50, it will now combine all the profit and give you at a go. So that is the sub-in mode. We don't use it. Now this sub-in mode rate time settlement, that is what we use, this one, and which it is also the isolated margin strategy mode. So this sub-in mode rate time settlement is what I explained the first time. As far in Royalq, as far the bags of rice, you have bought it more than 4 times. You bought at the first price, you bought at the second price, you bought at the third price, you bought at the fourth price. If you go ahead to buy at the fifth price, that is only when you can activate the sub-in mode rate time settlement. This mode, you can only select this mode if you want to buy at a cheaper price 5 times or above. If your margin calls, the number of times the robot wants to buy for you, if it's more than 4, from 5, 6, 7, 8 and above, that is when you can activate the sub-in rate time mode. What the sub-in rate time mode does is what I've explained from the first time. That bags of rice, maybe it bought the 5th time at 10,000. He bought some bags of rice at the 5th time at 10,000. And that's maybe he bought like 5 at 10,000. And that bag of rice he bought at 10,000, 5 of them. The price of bag of rice now increased to 25. The robot, if you select this sub-in mode rate time settlement, the robot will sell all those 5 it's bought on the 5th buy. All those bag of rice he bought at the 5th time. it will sell all of them at that new price, which is 25,000, and give you the profit in your cryptocurrency bank. So you will see, even if, remember the two you bought, the 50,000 you bought the 2 bags of rice initially. When the bag of rice reduced to 40, you bought like 4. When it reduced to 30, you bought. When it reduced to 20, you bought. All those ones will still be there in your shop. It will not sell them. But you see that 5th time you bought, the robot and you activate this sub-in mode real-time settlement. That 5th time you bought, the 6th time you bought and above, it sells them individually. So if the 5th one you bought and you are on this sub-in mode real-time settlement, anytime the price just increase, the robot will sell all the 5th one. So that is why in the summary of Royalq, it's defined that the robot is designed to make profits for us even when cryptocurrency is crashing. That is how unique this robot is. That is how unique the business is. That is why we are still in the business even after 3 years. After 2 years, we are in the 3rd year of using the robot because it has amazing features. So I've been able to explain the 3 strategy modes. Okay, I've explained that one. So let me go to the position amount. You can see the position amount bracket USDT. Anything you see, as far the robot buys when the robot buys the 2, that is the first amount you use, the first USDT you use to buy the 2 bags of rice, you will see it here. If the coin reduce and the robot buys your first margin, that is, he bought the 40, when the bag of rice reduced to 40, the total amount of USDT it's used to buy the first margin, it will add it. So any amount, maybe you budgeted $200 for this trade, to trade all the bags of rice. Any amount the robot have used so far to buy the bags of rice, you will see it here in this position amount in USDT. If you look below it, you see position amount in the coin, in the bag of rice, in the cryptocurrency. The total amount of bag of rice it has bought, you will see it here, the position quantity. If the first one was 2, the first margin cost, he bought like 4. When the price reduced to 40, he bought like 4. So 4 plus 2 will be 6. You will see 6 here. That is the position quantity of bag of rice. The position amount in USDT will be the 50 plus 50. Then the 40 he bought into 4 places. The total amount in USDT, you see it here. If you move, you see the average price. Average prices, you started with 50,000, he bought 2. Now, when the price reduced to 40, he bought 4. So the average price can never be 50. You see, because of the bag of rice value have come down, and the businessman bought 4, it has automatically reduced the average price of the total rice, the 6 rice now, the 6 bags of rice. He bought 4 at 40,000 and he bought 2 at 50. Remember, if bag of rice now increased to 45,000, you'll be making 5,555. That is, you'll be making 20,000 from that 4. If he decides to sell the 2 he bought at 50 at still this 45, he bought 2 bags of rice at 50 and he decides to sell it at 45 because he has bought 4 at 40 and he's selling those 4 at 45. He has made 20,000 gain from the 4, and he will lose 5. He will lose 10,000 from the 2. So in average, the average price of the bags of rice will be at that 45. So you see, the 50,000 he started with has reduced. So as the robot continued buying your margin calls, your average price will be going down. So that is the important. That's why margin calls is very important. Because if you don't buy margin calls, if the businessman refuse to buy the reduced price of bag of rice, the average price for his rice will be that 50. The market has gone down. He cannot sell. So it's because of the prices of rice he bought at a reduced price. That is why he will make sales. He can sell that the ones he bought at 50-50, at 45, and he will still be in profit because of margin calls. So that is why margin calls is important. So that is average price. And below it, you have the current price. This is the current market price of the coin. The prices of the current price of rice now in the market, you see it there as current price of the coin. Now the return rate happens in two, is either floating loss or floating profit. When the current price is higher than the average price, your return rate will be in positive. That's floating profit. It's floating because robot have not sold the trade yet. It's floating in negative because the robot has not sold. So floating means the robot have not sold. So it's either floating loss or floating profit. It becomes floating loss when the current price is lower than your average price. It becomes floating loss. But once current price is higher than your average price, it becomes floating profit. And floating profit will continue to be there until the percentage has equal your take profit ratio percentage. This one here, the take profit ratio, you can see 2%. This 2% will equal you a price. So supposing I start this trade now, this 2% will give me a price above this current price. When this one price reach that my 2% price, that this trade will now, they will this trade and make profits for me. So I've explained return rate. Return rate is where you see the progress of the trade. If it's on negative, that is floating loss. That means it means that the average price is higher than the current price. The current price has gone down more than the average price. So when it's on positive, that is floating profit. It means that the current price is higher than the average price. Now, what we see on top of the rate is what we call the numbers of core margin. How many times the robot has bought, how many times margin, how many margin the robot have bought. When the price reduce to margin 1, the robot bought this number of core margin will turn to 1. If the price of rice goes down to 30 and the businessman still bought it at 30,000, this average number of core margin will turn to 2. If the price goes down again and he buys at 30,000 of at 20,000, that is the third time, here will turn to 3. If it goes down and buys, turns to 4. So here keeps check of how many margins the robot has bought for you. So you see the number of core margins, you see it there. Now if you come down, I've explained this one. The cycle is used to change the trading mode from either one shot to cycle, from cycle to one shot. It's very simple to change. You just click on it and you see the current mode here up. So if you want one shot, you click on it and you see one shot will come up. So you know that is one shot your trade is on. Then we have sell. We don't use this sell. This sell is manually. Maybe me, I don't encourage people to use this sell, but let me explain the meaning, the function of sell. Sell is if you want to sell the trades on your own. Maybe you set this coin, You set this coin at 2%, the signal is for 2%, and the robot started trading for you. You now have emergency that you needed money. Maybe someone is in the hospital and you needed money urgently. And this coin is now in floating profits. You know, the minimum floating profit, the minimum take profits you can get in Royalq for a trade is 1%. That is what the minimum, the take profit you can get from Royalq is 1%. But you have emergency, and this return rate is on 0.5. This return rate is on 0.7. This return rate is on 0.4. But you have emergency. You need this money. Remember, in Royalq, we say your money stays with you. You don't need anybody's permission to use your money at any time you want. This return rate is on 0.5. It's already in floating profit, and you have emergency. You cannot wait for it to even reach 1, because even if the signal is 2 and you go to 3, you click on trade settings and change the whole position take profit from 2, you change it to 1, then you save, you confirm. But still yet, the coin is slow. That refused to go to 1, so the robot will sell, because you need money for it. You have emergency and you need money. What will you do? The coin is already in floating profit, but it has not reached your take profit ratio percentage, which is 1%. It's on 0.5 and it's delaying you. That is only when you activate the sell. When you click on sell, you click on market price. You see market price, you click on it and you click confirm. What the robot will do, it will sell with that 0.5 or 0.7. It will sell with the current price, and you have your money with small profits on it. You have your money back in USDT in your spot wallet in your exchange. That is where we use the sell. Then we have the buy. The buy here is what we use it for manual replenishment. Yes, let me explain manual replenishment. Manual replenishment means you want to add more USDT. You don't want to add it through margin calls. You don't want the robots to buy margin calls. Maybe you even have margin calls, but you just want to add money yourself. Maybe your margin cost is $20 to buy each one, but you have $100 and you see that your return rate is on -10. We only advise you to use this buy to do manual replenishment when your return rate is higher. If, for instance, the position amount of USD, what is in this trade in USD is $100, and you want to do manual replenishment, maybe this return rate is -10%. The coin has gone down by -10%, and you have only $100 in this trade. If you click on buy and you click on market price and you put $100, in doing manual replenishment, we are advised to put 100% of the coin that is already inside the trade. When you put 100% of the coin, maybe you have 100 here, you put 100, you want to buy manually with 100, you want to replenish, that is, you want to add more quantity of the coin yourself, that is manually. If you use the same 100% of the coin you have, maybe you have 100, you have 200, and you use 200 to do manual replenishment, what the robot will do, if this your return rate is -10, it will, after you buy manually, or after you do the manual replenishment, that -10 will turn to -5. Remember, the more your return rate is going down, the more you will still be in floating profit soon. So that is why we encourage manual replenishment, because for it to reduce by half, your average price will also go down. Remember, If your current price is 98 now, and your average price is like 112, and you do manual replenishment, 112 will come down to like 100, or you come down to 105, it will bring it down, so it will come closer to this current price. Remember, once this current price starts going up, it will easily reach the lower price of your average. Maybe your average is 112, and you do manual replenishment, it now changed to 105, it's reduced. 105 now is closer to 98 than the initial 112. I hope we are understanding. Hello, can you hear me? Are you following?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that is why
Yes.
we encourage manual replenishment. It will help if you use 100% of the coin, of the position amount you have. It will reduce this your return rate by 50%. If you have -10 before, it will reduce to -5. So that is where we use the buy. Now I've explained the strategy mode. Now the switch on margin calls, so you can either switch off margin calls, or you can switch it on. You can switch it off, you can switch it on. Margin calls means if you switch it on, it means you're telling the robot that as these prices are going down, please go to the market and buy margin calls. I'll explain it for you. Then the AI. Some people have been asking me, what's the function of the AI call? This function AI margin call was added recently. Yes, it was added recently because Royalq also consider those that have smaller capital. Maybe your capital is $50. You want to start your first buy with 30. You only have, or you want to start your first buy with 35, and you only have 15. $15 automatically can only buy one margin call. So what will you do? You have to on the AI. So when you switch on AI margin call, what is Royalq telling us? It's telling us that when the AI margin call is turned on and reaches the drop percentage, intelligent monitoring will start, and a margin call will be made when the appropriate value is reached. So what the AI margin calls? If you have enough margin calls, maybe you have set up like 6, 7, 5 margin calls, you don't need the AI margin call. You don't need the function. This function is for those that maybe want to trade with only one margin call because they don't have more capital for it. So they just want to trade. So what the AI margin calls will do is that if your maybe, okay, for instance, now we set the margin call limit to be 1. Then we enter, and the profit, maybe this is for 50, maybe the person have only $50 to start trade. We set the first buy in amount 50. That means that bag of rice, you want to, the business of bag of rice, you just want to start it with $35. Okay, now the margin call limit is 1. You now on the AI margin call. Look at it here. You on it. You now enter margin configuration, and you put it at maybe 3.5%. I will still come back here to explain, but let me just explain the one I'm doing now. I want to explain the AI margin calls. So we have already set it to be 3.5. Now, if you start this trade, this AAVA, and the return rate now comes down to 3.5 minus 3.5. Normally, the robot should buy the margin calls for you. But because of the AI margin call is on, intelligence monitoring will be activated. The robot will not buy at that 3.5. It will wait to see if the coin will drop further. Are we getting it? It's only when it has confirmed that this coin is not going down again, it has started going up. If it moves up faster, the robot will still not buy the margin call for you. It's only when it has confirmed that this coin is not going up, it is not going down any longer, and it's still not pushing to increase immediately, that is when it will buy that margin for you. So if it's observed, maybe your 3.5 has clicked, and it starts and it activates the artificial intelligence monitoring, the intelligent monitoring, and the coin still starts going down, maybe to 5%, -5%, -6, -7. When it has intelligently checked the chart and know that this coin will not go down again, it has started, it wants to start going up. Intelligently within that chart I showed you before, it will now buy that margin. So you see that if you have set like 10 margins, you have money for 10 margins, you have money for 5 or 7 margins, and you set it and you go ahead to own AI margin calls, you know that the robot will not buy all of them. Even if your coin drops, it will not buy all of them. Highest it will buy, it's only one. So that is why we always tell people, once you set margin call, always off the AI margin calls, off it. Only on the normal switch on margin call, only on this up one. Okay, so I'll be able to explain the AI margin calls. Then the next one is the first preset buy-in amount. Those joining us recently, you don't know about this one. The first preset buy. I hope my newly downlines are here on the Zoom, because I told them I'll be explaining the presets buy-in, because most of them started this trade they dropped today that has the preset price. Preset price is also the same thing as entry price. On it, let me see if I can access our signal. Let me see if I can access the last signal. Okay. This one is back. Okay, let's see. Let's see this one. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Hello, I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Okay, so see, this signal came. The name of the signal is AVE. The take profit is your take profit 1.5%. The buy current price at 98.7. So sometimes you see the signals will come as presets. So let me go up and see. Okay, look at this signal. The trade is CFX USDT preset price. So it's either you see it as preset price or entry price. They are the same thing. This one is 0.1963. 0.1963. So let's say we are to enter this signal. Please, for those that are joining us new, you don't know anything about the preset price. This signal, if you want to enter it, you don't start it immediately. You must confirm the preset price. So let's say we want to enter this coin as CFS. So I'll go to Royalq. So I will click martingale strategy. I'll click next. I will search. Yeah, I'll search CFS. So these are CFS. I'll click on it. I'll confirm. Okay, after I've done my trade settings, we'll still come to trade settings, so I will explain them. But let me just explain this first preset buying price. Maybe normally is after you set your trade settings, you do this check I want to do now. You don't just start. So after you set your trade settings, you must confirm the price. Now the price says on the signal 0.1968 and 0.1963. 0.1963. You come here. The current price is 0.1983. So which one is higher? 0.1963 is lower. The preset price they are telling you is lower. This signal is saying that don't enter the trade immediately. Set the preset price. set the entry price because it's lower than the current price. The current price is still higher. So anytime the current price is higher than the price the signal is telling you to set, please, you have to set it. I hope please, I told you people to come with pen and book. This is one of the important points you have to write down. Preset price is very important because you heard me said from the beginning that entry price in crypto is important. The price you start a trade, the price you are telling the robot to start a trade for you is important in crypto. You cannot see a coin that has increased well and you want to start it. Remember, it will, anytime you start a trade, the price you start a trade, that is the low the robot will record for you. And it will expect that coin to still go up more before it can sell and make profits for you. So anytime the signal comes with the preset price and the preset price is lower than the current price, please click on this first preset price. Click on it. After you must have set your trade settings. After you must have set your trade settings, we are using manually create. So after you must have set your trade settings, let me just set this one. The signal says the take profit is 5 to 10. So 5 to 10%, depending on your greed level or on your patience level. If you don't have more patience, you can use 2. You can use 3. You can use 4%. You can use 5 according to the signal. But if you know that you don't have patience to wait, you can use 2. You can use 3. So let's say we use 3% here. The signal is a one-shot signal. So you can see the strategy is one shot. The signal is one shot. So I'll come here, I'll click on cycle here. It has turned it, it has changed it to one shot. So I'll click, okay, I'll go to the margin configurations. Did the signal tell you to cover? Okay, it's telling you to use the magic 1356. So these margins, these settings are for one shot. So maybe you want to just use $50 to run this trade. So let's say 15. I'm going to explain this. Okay, let me just leave it like this and confirm. So let me save and confirm. So I can explain it one at a time. Let me not jump things. So I will now click here, the first preset price. Because of the current price is higher than the preset price that was given on the signal, I have to set it 0.1968. So I'll come here, I'll click first preset price. I'll enter 0.1963. So I'll now click confirm. Once I click confirm, you see it here. The price you set, you see it here. So you still have the opportunity to confirm it with the current price here. You are setting it because of what you just set is lower than the current price. If you come and you see that what the signal is telling you to set is higher than this current price, please, after you set your trade settings, start this trade immediately. Don't set any preset price. But if what they are asking you to set is lower than the current price, please set it before you click start. If you click start here now, you click on create, you will see that the trade will not start. If you go to running, you see that it will not start. Look at it. It will be showing you like this, CFS. It will be showing you like this. It will not start. So that is it. That is all for the first preset buy-in price. Then if you want to cancel it, you still click on it and put 0. Then you click confirm. So it has cancelled. There is how to set and that is how to cancel. So the next thing here is, let's go into the trade settings. That is, after this one, then we are done. We'll take some questions. Let's see if we can round up before 10. Please, if you come to smart trade, please click on manually create at the top here, so you get something like this. Your first buying amount is the amount you want to use to start the trade, that amount you want to use to buy the bag of rice, the first one. Having it in mind that the price of that coin might go down, so you don't use all your capital at once. You start with some and keep some to settle your margin calls. So if the price starts going down, you have money to buy them at a cheaper price. The open double position is like, maybe you are trading this coin with $100, but in the next cycle, when you want to start, you have increased your capital to $200, and you don't want to change any settings. That is when you open double position. Double position means that if the robot is supposed to start the next cycle of this coin, maybe you want to trade this coin again with the one shot, maybe the first one have sold and there's a signal for it again, but you have already increased your capital to 200. You want to use 200 for this. So and you open double position. It means that instead of the robot to start trading with 35 USDT, it will do double of it. So now your first buy amount, what it will use to start this trade is $70. So that is double. If you are not using it, please always off it. So margin call limit, I've explained the margin call limit is how many times you want the robot to buy for you. It can be high as 100. You can ask the robot to buy more margin calls for you. The highest is 100. The lowest is 1. So it means the number of times you want the robot to buy the margin calls for you. Then the whole position take profit ratio is the percentage of profit you want to take. If you are to trade, maybe your budget for this coin is $100. The total amount of USDT already in the trades, that is your first buy plus any of the margin the robot has bought for you. The total, if the robot wants to sell the whole position, it will do 3% of it. So that is the profit you make from the trade. Apart from the margin calls, you start buying from the 5th, from the 6th and upwards. If you activate the sub-beam mode real-time settlement, those ones are not included. This one is the whole position, that is margin 4 to 1 plus your first buy-in amount. The total, it sells them as 1. So it will use this whole position take profit percentage now to calculate the profit it will give you at a go. Okay, then the whole position take profit callback. This is another function of the robot. I think this should be another function of the this is another function of the robot. We have two that they added before they added the AI margin call. So I think after this one is just 2 more functions I will explain and I'm done for the function features of the robot. So let me briefly explain the callback. The callback functions, let me click. The take profit callback settings for margin 1 to 4. So this one is only this callback works for margin 1 to 4 and the first buy amount. It sees your first buy amount plus margin 1 to 4. It sees them as 1. Okay, so if it is set too low, it may be sold immediately and you may lose the opportunity of earn more income. If it is set too high, losses may occur. That is, your profit might reduce. That is what it means by losses. When you are supposed to make 3%, the robot now give you 2.6. That means you have lost 0.4 as a result of the callback. But in most cases, you gain more. There are some persons that say that they set 2% in this coin, but this robot sold 5%. How come? Is the callback function that helps us to make more profit if the coin pumps high. So let me give you simple example of the callback functions. why we are using the robot. Is one of the main features of Royalq, in the sense that if you are trading manually, now some people might say they want to trade manually, they go to Binance and they set, please, this coin have entered in spot trade. When it increases to 5%, sell it for me. Binance, you have given the instruction to Binance. Even if the coin pumps to 100% in the midnight, Binance will only give you 5% you set. But in Royalq, if you set your callback at 0.3 or any of the percentage, 0.5%, 0.1, and your whole position take profit ratio is 3. If this coin in the midnight or anytime increase to 3%, a sell trigger will be declared. The robot will trigger for it to sell, but the robot will not sell. It will start monitoring the coin if the coin will still go up. If the coin starts going up, the trigger price will be changing. It will be recording more profits for you. If the coin now increase to maybe there's a huge increase, maybe to 10%, the robot will still be monitoring that 10% for you, recording the 10% until there is a whole position take profit call back. Maybe after e reach 10, e now drops to what you set. Me, I set 0.3. E now drops to 0.3. The robot will now sell this trade at 9.7. So you see, you set 3%, but the robot is giving you 9.7% as profits. That is one of the major reasons we are using the robot. It helps us to maximize profits. It helps us to maximize buying the margin cost at a cheaper price. If you are doing manually, go to Binance and you see a coin has reduced by 5%, you rush and buy. But even if you set 5% for the robot to buy that first margin, the callback, it will not take us to this buying callback. If the coin has reduced to 5%, it will trigger the buying callback. This one is another callback for buy-in, to buy more margins. It will trigger the buying callback. It will observe the market to see if that coin will still drop more. So it will buy the coin at the cheaper price. So until a callback starts, until that coin starts going up by this buying callback, which is 0.5%, until there's a 0.5% increase, that is when the robot will buy this your margin. So it will activate the artificial intelligence to monitor the coin. If that coin wants to drop, you set 5%. When the coin drops by 5%, let it buy. At that 5%, it triggers the buy, but it will not buy. It will monitor it intelligently to know if that coin will still drop. If it drops, you will see that sometimes if you set 5%, you will see it will buy that margin at 7%. It is buying it at a more cheaper price for you. So that is the callback functions. So then the margin configuration, let's enter margin configuration before I will activate cycle, then we'll explain the last two. Margin configuration is, okay, for us to explain margin configuration, let me increase this into 5 so you see it well. The margin column. So these are margin configurations. It has two sides, the left and the right. The left side, which is the margin call drop. Call drop. I've already explained all this for you, but let me just do so it will start making sense to you. The left side talk about the percentage in the drop. You saw as the bag of rice was going down in prices. So we use percentage to map out the prices as it's going down. This is the martingale strategy settings of the Royalq robot, the default settings. But you will always see your leader reconfigure it depending on your capital and send for you to enter. But normally, this is the standard settings of the martingale strategy. Martingale strategy is what I explained to you during the bag of rice. You saw how it was increasing. The owner started with 2 bags. When it drops, he bought 4. That is 2 times 2. When it drops again, it will buy 4 times 2, which is 8. So that is the 2 for 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2 32. That is the martingale strategy. With this, it helps to reduce your margin, your average price of the coin, because it's buying the coins as the drop, as the coin is dropping in price, it's buying more quantity of it. So the left part of the margin configuration page works on the reduction in price. So when the coin drops by minus 3.5, it activates this first margin. When it drops again by 4%, it activates the second. When it drops again by third, it activates the third. When it drops again by the fourth, it activates the fourth. When it drops again by the fifth, it activates the fifth. So the left part is for the dropping percentage of the coin. Then the right part is the times. When you see times, you know that you should be talking about numbers. You should be talking about money. When it drops to that percentage, how much do you want the robots to use to buy? On the right part, multiple buy-in ratio talks about money. Is in times, because it wants you to customize it. Now, for those that are writing, this right part, anything you put here, if the robot wants to buy now, it will do 2 times your first buy amount. On the margin configuration, the right part, which is the multiple buy-in ratio, that is what the robot will use to times your first buy amount to get the amount of USDT it will use in your Binance, in your exchange of cryptocurrency bank. The amount of USDT we use to buy the margin when it drops to this first buy. So if I put 2 here and I confirm, now what the robot will do, I don't know if someone is following. If this coin drops by 3.5% now and the robot wants to buy the first call, please, how much will the robot use to buy this first margin? I don't know if anyone is following. The first buying amount is 35. Hello?
We are
Hello.
hearing you.
Can anybody answer it?
Okay, I think this is right. I think based on my own understanding, I think what the robot will do is the first buying amount times the 3% of the first buying amount times 2. I think that is what the AI will pick as the first buying coin.
Okay, is there another person that wants to try? Hello? Okay, let me repeat myself. I said, is someone saying anything?
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah, what it means that it's that the robot will buy it times 2. That's what you just explained now. The first buy times 2.
So how much will the robots use from my exchange?
It will use
$70.
70.
Exactly. So what the robot, I said this left-hand side does not relate to anything money. This left-hand side, this percentage works with the drop. It works with the position when the robot will buy. But the right-hand side, it deals with the amount. So anything you put here now, like here is 2, it will do 2 times what is in my first buy amount, which is 35. It will do 2 times 35. It will use $70 to buy more of this coin at this first position. Okay, now let's see if people are still following. If this coin now went and reduced by 4% to activate the second margin, how much will the robot use from my wallet to buy the second margin? Anybody?
That is 140.
So it will do 4 times 35. So that is all for margin configurations. So depending on your amount, maybe for instance, now you are trading with $50 and you have started with 35. So you're only using margin call, you're using one margin limit. And so what will be here is only $15 you have left. So how will the robot use 15? What will you put here now to make the robot use 15 to buy for us? Who will do the math for us? Please, those that are joining us new, I hope you are understanding this because most people do this error in margin
Okay,
calls.
so what did you say is the first buy amount? Sorry, I didn't get that right.
The first buy amount is 35. And the remaining money
Okay,
is 15 we want the robot to use to buy this our first margin. So what should be here?
it's 2.3. It should be there. Sorry, 0.6.
2.3.
It should be, sorry, 0 point something because of it's not up to 35 first buy amount.
So
So it
0.
should be
What?
15 divided by 35.
Good. So it will be 15 divided by 35.
0.4.
So 0.42. Let's say 0.42. So 0.42. For those using iPhone, you might not be able to put the 2. So you're bad. You're bad. For us that are using Android, at least we can get the main money and get our money because they say put your money where your mouth lies. I will put your mouth where your money lies. So in using Android, we can put our full money, our full $15 we enter. But you that is using iPhone, you can only use 0.4. And 0.4 times 35. 0.4 times 35. So you'll be using 14 instead. For the trading, so is there any, okay, I think I've been able to answer margin configurations. So the next one is for those trading cycle. These are the two functions the Royalq added before they added the AI margin calls. So it's because of what happened in the last bear season. The bear season we just left now. That is why they put in these functions. You know that time when we started Royalq in 2021, there's a day a coin ATA did 200%. We were new. So everybody people that are already on ATA, they were happy. Some people were greedy. The coin that you set 5%, because of the callback, the coin has given you 20%. Some they have given you 15. Some have given the robot has given you 30. And so some people went back to still enter the coin. Even after they take the second one, they still went back to enter. After did 200% in the space of 30 minutes or 1 hour, people were still greedy entering it. Now, those people that entered it last, after now did minus 200 immediately. Remember now, you use $50 to now enter. You are not satisfied with the profits, almost 35% button. When after now reach the 200% up, you because of greed, you now entered it high. After now did 200 minus 200 floating loss. Most people have not even recovered yet. That is why we are teaching for us to have this knowledge of the boost of the bear season. Because after the bull that we are enjoying, that we have started to enjoy now, there comes a time that the bear will set in. So how prepared are you? That is why we are organizing this Zoom. So everybody will be prepared for it when it comes. So it's because of that Royalq introduced the strategy period for cycle, because mostly it affected those that are trading cycle. Because what cycle does is it buys, it sells. It will be selling at a higher price, and the next buy will still be at that higher price. If it goes up again, it sells. The next buy will still be at a higher price. it will do it like that. So people that was trading ATA then on cycle was just enjoying buy sell, buy sell, buy sell, buy sell. The price was going up, buy sell. They were buying at a higher price, selling at a higher price. It was still going up until ATA now did minus 200. They were now in huge floating loss. So Royalq introduced the highest first price. So what is the highest first price? After the cycle strategy ends, if the latest market price is higher than the price, the system will set the price as the first preset buy-in price of the strategy. When the latest market price falls to that set price, it will trigger a reopening. So I have explained what cycle trading means. It buys, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So if, for instance, ATA was $1 when they were trading it, and you now set 5 here, you will not, even if you are not with your phone, the robot starts from that one, maybe ATA did 200%, that 200 took that $1 to like 15. Let us say the price increased to 15 or 10. Okay, 200%, let's say 10. ATA did from $1 to 10. Let's just say, for example, 10, it increased from $1 to $10 in the space of 1 hour. You are not with your phone, but you set the highest first price to be 5. The robot has started making profits for you because you're on cycle. It buys, you started at $1, so you are not with your phone, but the robot will be buying, sell, buying, sell, buying, sell. Do you know that when ATA increased to $5, the robot cycle will not trigger again. It will now go, the robot will go and set this $5 you put here as your preset price. I've explained what preset or entry price, what it means. The robot will automatically set the preset price to be 5. In the sense that even if ATA starts increasing more than 5, 6, 7, $8, the robot will not buy it for you. It will wait until ATA drops to 5. It will continue trading for you. So that is why they introduce this to correct that mistakes of what happened to us in some people in 2021. I don't like jumping into a running train, a moving train. I don't like jumping into it, but there are some people that are good in jumping. They like jumping into a running train. I like entering a train when it has not started moving. Some people met ATA when it has done 100% and they entered. Then some met ATA when it has done 1. What are you doing in a coin that have increased, pumped in a day? It has done 130. Are you not afraid? A train is moving on 130. You want to enter it. How? So that stuff that happened that year made some people to hate.
Excuse me, my moderator. Please, what happens when you're
Hello?
hello?
Please, we'll take questions after.
So I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Let me just finalize. I'm almost done. So I've explained the highest first price. Then the second one is the first position drop. So let me explain. After the cycle strategy ends, the cycle will calculate the price at which the take profit transaction price of the previous round of strategy falls by the set percentage. If the price is lower than the highest first price, the system will set the price as the first preset by in price of the strategy. When the latest market price falls to the set price, it will trigger a reopen. So all these settings are for cycle traders. The first position drop, maybe for instance, we put it at 3, and you are trading this first position drop, and the coin starts trading for you. If maybe you are on cycle, you have made profit of like 3%. The robot that started, the return rate has increased more than 3% and increased 4%, 5%. It will not activate the next cycle trading. It will set the price at anything you put here. Anything you put here. Maybe you are saying, this coin, if I have taken more than 5%, if it goes above this 5%, if the coin has pumped more than this 5%, please, the price of this 5% should be the trade should not go above trading it. You should wait until there's a retracement. If you set 2%, okay, let's say you set the first position drop at 2%. This robot, after it sells the first cycle, before it will start the second cycle, there must be a reduction by 2%. So all these functions came in place to help us prevent what's happening after not to happen again. So for instance, you set this at 1% and your cycle starts trading. If your take profit is 5%, 3%, 4%, as far the robot have sell, if it sells that coin, it will not start the trade immediately. It will know cycle is buy, sell, buy again, sell, buy at that same higher price, sell, buy at this next higher price, sell. It will be buying higher, higher, higher. But if you set the first position drop, once it sells, it will not start the next cycle immediately. It must wait until there is a drop of anything you set here. If you set 2%, there must be a drop by 2% before it will start the cycle again. There must be a drop by 3%. If you set 3%, there must be a drop after it sells for you and giving you your profit. It will not start immediately. It will calculate this 3% down and set your first preset price for you until that coin drops down again before it will now start the cycle. So these things are put in place to avoid you of the huge floating loss of riding a coin that is going higher, higher, higher. It will prevent your robots from going, because in crypto, once it goes up, it comes down. If those trading acro in cycle uses these functions, most of them will not be in the floating loss they are today. You understand? So I think that should be all. So we should be able to take some questions now. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Leader George. If we have any questions, we can put it in the chat box or use the reaction button and unmute ourselves and ask our questions. Leader George, I think we have some questions on the chat box already. Leader George, are you with me?
Yes. So okay. So Obina Christian said, good evening, Mr. Moderator. Please, what happens when your margin call is sold out and the market keeps pumping? Note, cycle trading. What happens when your margin call is sold out and okay, if you're on cycle trading and your margin calls is sold out, maybe the trade is on sub-in real-time settlement, it will sell all your margin calls to your fourth. Remember, I said the robot sees your first buy-in amount and margin 1 to 4 as 1. So it can only, the sub-in mode only works from the fifth and above. So it will sell all that. And if the coin keeps pumping, then your profit, your take position callback will come in play. I explained everything here. Your whole position take profit callback will come in play. If the coin keeps on pumping, then it will wait until there's a callback. Then it will sell and it will start the cycle trading for you. So thank you. So Rex said, what happens when a trade is paused? You see, in everything I explained now, I did not mention about pausing trades because me, I don't encourage anybody to pause trade. When you pause trade, you are telling the robot not to do anything for you. If the trade is going up, it will be going up. If the trade is coming down, it will be coming down. The robot will not buy margin for you when it's coming down. It will not make profits for you by selling when it's going up. So that is pausing. Pausing does not change the market. It only tells the robot not to do anything for you, not to buy margin, not to sell to make profits for you. That is what pausing is all about. Okay, you have an abnormal operations. Please, for those joining us, remember I said your capital, all the activities of the robot will be in your cryptocurrency exchange. Please, on no account should you go there and alter the quantity. Remember when I was explaining the features of the robot, I showed you the quantity of the coin the robot has bought for you. So please, on no account should the quantity of your exchange, maybe the quantity in Royalq is showing you 5,000 of the coin the robot has bought for you. On no account should the quantity in your exchange, your Binance, be lower than 5,000. It should be either equal to, it should be 5,000 or above. Please, if anything happen, maybe you have mistakenly swapped the coin, or you have mistakenly placed it on any on your Binance, or you have mistakenly done something to tamper the quantity of that coin, and the robot wants to sell, maybe the robot wants to sell some quantity in your margin for that coin, and it's noticed that the quantity does not tally, it will flag you this error you are seeing. It will flag you this abnormal operation. If this abnormal operation happens in your account more than 3 times, Royalq have the right to delete your account, block it. So if you still want to use Royalq, you can re-register again. So it's included in the terms and condition of Royalq. So we don't have any other question again now. I thought someone wanted to ask question when I was talking. Please, you can use the mic, use the reaction. If you want to speak with us to answer your question, please feel free. At least we have 7 minutes before we end it.
My Lila, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. When you click on my, you go to this strategy setting. I discovered that when you click on my in the Royalq, you go to this my strategy setting. I discover in adding that strategy, there is a particular 3 words I used to see there. This steady, radical, and conservative. What are those things meant for?
Those things can just you can call them as a title. You can say they are tied to the settings you want to create. It's just like a label. How will I put it? In development, we call it maybe if you want to report a case to a server or to a company, they can see urgent, not urgent, emergency. So they are just like a title you give to the settings. It doesn't affect anything. So anyone you use, it doesn't affect the margin calls or the settings of the robot. Thank you. So please, do we have our new users? Is there any questions for us? Okay, someone is. Please, you can mute yourself. Arinze.
Okay, good evening.
Arinze, you can mute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that explanation. So my question is I don't really have much question because of you have actually done justice to the whole thing, but my question is something is it advisable to trade multiple coins than to maybe let's say someone has $6,000 for instance and you want to trade up to 20 coins, or is it better to trade that coin or to trade few number of coins? So which one do you think and use high fair by amount? Because I sometimes I do a whole lot up to 20 coins or 24 coins, and sometimes it may end up putting me into a lot of floating loss. So which one is more advisable? Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Like I would say, before you enter a business, you should know the seasons of the business. You should know the seasons that are involved in the business. In the bear season of cryptocurrencies, you are advised to trade fewer coins with more margins. Fewer coins with more margins, because coins will likely go down more. Then in the bull
Yeah.
season, coins don't go down more. At least I remember when we started Royalq, when I started in July 2021, it was the main bull season have already started fully. Some people will use $100 and trade 10 coins. That time we are trading with $10 until Royalq now increased the limit to 15 to start a trade. That time we trade 10 coins with $100, put 2%, 10 before morning. You see that 7 have sold off, is only remaining 3. Before 12 of the next day, the 3 have sold off. We look for more, we look for 10 again and enter. Because the season there is that time we don't even know what is floating loss. Because any trade you enter immediately sells off immediately. Until that's what affected most of us when the bear season sets in. We are still trading with that mentality, with that settings, and the bear season now hit us. So you see that most people are now in huge floating loss because they are trading more coins without margin calls. So it's depending on the season of crypto. In the bull season, when coins don't go down like that, with your $6,000, you can trade as many coins as you like. Because if you see most of the settings, the signals we are getting now, some of them don't even come with margin calls. But some still have margin calls because we have not entered the bull run like what we experienced in 2021 then. But it's already showing, at least with Bitcoin, that increased to 44,000, and in that range, at least we know we are getting there. So, but for now, I would still advise you to reduce the number of coins and still activate more margins. Let's enter into the bull run proper. Then you can enter the bull. You see the settings for bull run. You see the settings for bull run. Some people might see someone trading with $200 for a one coin, and the first buy will be like 180. The person will just keep $20 for one margin. So you see that kind of setting is the bull season settings. Some people will just enter with the $200. So when the season comes, you know how to change. But for now that we are still seeing bear markets going down and all that, please reduce the number of the number of coins you are trading. Put more margin calls until we fully enters the bull season. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So Njoku Michael, you can speak to us.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Yeah, today is my first time joining, so
Okay.
I
You're
don't.
welcome.
I'm still confused, but though I learned some things at the beginning, but later on, because I've not been here for some time now, I became confused. But at least for the first introduction, the other hostmate, I learned some things there with some of yours. So, but my problem now is that I'm trying to verify my HTS account with my national ID card, but it keeps rejecting it.
Which country are you in?
I'm in Nigeria.
So why don't you use Binance and use your BVN to verify it under 2 minutes?
Okay, with my Binance.
Yes,
Okay,
very
but
fast.
I didn't see the option there. I only saw passport, national ID card, and
Log into your Binance from the official website. Don't use the app. Log in through www.binance.com. Log in. You will see to verify using your BVN. That one is very fast. So once you put your BVN, then once it goes, then you can resume with the app.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, then for the other one, you are confused. Even when we attend the driving school theory, it will get some part that will be confused until when they now enter the practical. So
Yes.
once you start using it, this Zoom is recorded, so you can easily go back and watch any parts to recall. So, but I assure you, once you start using the robot, everything will start falling in place.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. So we have some other question in the, okay, someone said, Doka Okonkwo said, you did not explain the distributed and take profit allocation. Oh, okay, okay. It's like I missed that part. Let me share my screen and just touch it immediately. It will not be, okay. So trade settings, maybe it's because of I later reduce it to 1%, the margin call limit to 1. So that was why. Okay, let's say we are using 7 margin calls. If you see here, for 7 margin calls, you see what they call the distributed and take profit allocation here. It also have its own callback, the short position and take profit callback. So it's almost the same thing. When I said this first one, the whole position take profit ratio and the whole position take profit callback only works for your first buy-in amount and your margin 1 to 4. People did not ask me what happens to those that will be trading with higher margins from margin 5, 6, 7 and up. What happens? Which take profit percentage will they be using? Because we are told that the robot sells those ones individually. When I was explaining the sub-bin real-time settlement, it sells them and give you profits in real time. So you people did not answer. You did not ask me which percentage will the robots use to sell those margin 5, margin 6, margin 7 individually. So it will bring us to the distributed and take profit allocation, this one. So if you click on it, you see its own percentage. So if I said in my fifth margin, I want the robot to use $50. to buy my fifth margin. And me, I want to take, because of this coin is volatile, I want to take 5% in fifth margin. So 5% of $50, at least the profit will make sense. But in my sixth margin, because of the robot, in the times, in margin configuration, the times for sixth margin, and what I have there, the robot will only use $20 to trade. Okay, let me take 2%. In my second margin, let me leave it at this default 1.3. Or in the seventh margin, let me use 5. In the first margin, let me use 1.3. In the sixth margin, let the robot use 2%. So you can see in the in the distributed and take profit allocation, you can give the robot different percentage, take profit percentage. It should be using to sell all those individual margins for margin 5, margin 6, margin 7. So it will give you the profit in real time. That is why we say if you once you activate the sub-in real time strategy, the robot will come here and once your robot buys the margin 5, margin 6, margin 7, and there's an increase with the number of this percentage you set here, the robot will sell and make profits for you. Then the supposition take profit callback works the way the callbacks works. I've explained the callback, so it's the same way it works that the robot will, the callback for this sub margin calls will work. So thank you. Let's go back to questions. Okay, I think. Okay, Obina Christian say, hello, sir. Must I wait till a coin reaches 100% before I leave the trade? No, 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 no. You must not wait for a coin to reach 100% before you leave the trade. Anytime you are tired, if you are trading, me, I don't advise people to even trade on cycle in the bull season. This business will give you profit. So if you can sacrifice time, you can set notification on the group so that anytime the signals are drop, if the signals, once they drop the signals, the one-shot signals, we do have one-shot signals from our leader, one of our leader, Jumbo, Apex Jumbo. He do drops daily. He's doing rollover, so he do drop one-shot signals. So if you can be even entering those signals daily, you'll be making profits. Then for those that want to trade cycle, please monitor your trade. It might get to 70, but any coin you see in a space of few minutes and it has done pump, it has done like 100% pump, please run from that trade. Don't stay there. Change your settings to one shot and leave the trade. Anything that will make that trade to go up in the space of one day and hit 100%, 200%, this just like what Acro did. Set your trade to one shot and leave that trade, because anything that makes it to go up like that, we also make it to come down immediately. If it's not organic, there's what we call organic trading. Maybe today it did 5%, tomorrow it did 2%, next tomorrow it did 5%, now the upper one it did 20%, 10%. That one is organic growing, the community is growing it. But if you see in a space of 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, a coin have done 200% up, please don't be greedy. If it's 5% you want to take it. If it's 10% you want to take it. If it's 20% you want to take it and leave. The greed should not make you go back to that same coin that is shooting up under a space of 30 minutes. It will hook you. It will definitely hook you. So thank you. Nwadig Afam said, how much is the least amount the robot will start a trade with? The least amount is $15, like I said. $15 is the least amount the robot can start a trade with. But please, as you're starting with $15, always make provisions for margin calls. So that is why we are saying the least amount to start trading is $100. So that once you start the first buy, you still have money to set up margin calls So thank you. Please, I need the link to the videos to watch again. Oh yes, on the group we'll send. I don't know, Shari, please can you post our YouTube link on the chat so that they can easily get all our recorded videos there. Thank you. So is there any other question? We have used 2 hours for today's class. Is there any other questions? We can call it a day. Okay, someone said farms, Starlord farms. I do one buy the robot and what is the cost? Oh, please, Starlord farms, meet the person that introduced you to this Zoom. The person will send you the link, you register. You fund the robot with at least $140. $120 is the shop rent for the robot. You are renting the robot for 1 year for the robot to trade for you with $140, with $120, I mean, sorry. $120 to rent the robot for 1 year. Then you have at least $20 for your gas fees. So that is the cost. You rent the robot with 120 and you have at least $20 in the robot account for your utility fees. So that is it. Okay, so do we have, okay. So the link to our YouTube has been posted. Please click on it and subscribe on the notification and you will see all our videos. You can watch them. Okay, so someone Rex, when is the right time to initiate compounding? Is it after the preset price? Is it after the preset first buy amount or after preset? Okay, there's nothing like preset first buy amount. It's preset first buy price or after several margin calls. If you want to compound, you can in trade settings you can edit your trade settings at any time. You must not pause your trade. So if you know you have made profit of $5 and your first buy is 20, you want to add the $5, you can do manual replenishment. Because if you go and change your first buying amount to 25 because you want to add that $5, so in the next cycle, let the robot start with $5. You know that you remember that the margin cost will be affected because the times work with the first buy amount. So if you want to do manual, if you want to do compounding, you can easily do manual replenishment with the amount. You can just wait when the profit is up to $10. I don't know if you can do manual replenishment with 5. So you can be doing manually to be adding the compounding money. If you want to add back your profits to the trade, you can wait, let it get to $10, then you do manual replenishment with 10. So that is it. So do we have any other question? Do you have any other question? Actually, I don't know if leader, if we don't have any other question, leader OBM will just conclude for us. The Zoom is fast. We have spent more than 2 hours.
Is Leader OPM available?
Yeah, I'm here.
So that okay, Leader OPM, just do
Yeah,
like a very brief,
Hmm?
sharp one for us.
No,
Welcome, sir.
I'm tired. Thank you. Yeah, tired, but very insightful and educative. Thank you, Leader George. Thank you, Leader Shari. Thank you, everybody that is still up. You know, they are still on this Zoom. I just want to just say something I jot down. I'm asking this question. Have you ever seen a broke bot owner? I've seen plenty people that now you see all the features that our leader has shared with us. If you know all of these features and you are unable to sell the bot, you are unable to utilize it personally, you are unable to join all these calls that you are saying now. Tita just sold,
Apex Jumbo just you drop it about some minutes ago, 1.5, and it has sold. Now I made money. Now if some of my team, jump on the call, I will make more, and that is why you see that people that stayed in 2021 are better off than people that left, because we now know how to utilize the bot, and we are glad we did. Now I also react this question because most people will say, okay, like I interviewed somebody today, and he said he's he's in V3, but he's inactive, and he was telling me that he has a financial problem. That's why he has not activated the bot. Now I told him, now you have a goat on the field. There's a goat on your field, and you are now telling me that you don't have money to buy tools to go and is it to go and extract the gold. You understand? To go and sell. So there are some kind of excuses that you will give that doesn't make sense. Like today, I hire somebody to fill up the potholes on some of our road, on my street. I don't have this thing, a wheelbarrow. I have to go and borrow it, for the person to walk. So you borrow. If it's important for you, go and borrow money to get started. You understand? I won't say borrow money to trade, but borrow money to get started. Know about the future. And look at your friends that are rich, or, friends that are woke. Tell them about the bot. Invite them that there is a free signal going on. People are making 2%, 3%, 1.5% every day. They will jump on it, and when they activate, you get $30. From there, you start having capital. That's how most of us get to where we are today. Then another question that people ask me whenever they want to join: how much did I make in a day? I'll tell you, I don't know. I don't know. People want guarantee. There is no guarantee here. Like that day, Big did over 100%. There are days you make 1.5%. There are days this Jumbo might drop a coin, and the next day it will sell. There are some coins you have to wait for 3 days. Somebody waited for Litecoin for 2 months before it take profit. There is no guarantee, but the thing is, guarantee is we have here is that your money is safely in your exchanges. You understand? You are not giving your money to nobody. You can withdraw your money at any given time. You don't need to. I don't even know. I won't even know if the judge is withdrawing his money. I don't know. I spend his money. I don't know. If I withdraw my money, the judge doesn't know. You understand? This is the business that we are in now. For those of you that that are always afraid of taking risks, there's a book. There's a quote by one of my network marketing mentor, Randy Gage. He says safety is the new risky. People that they want to keep their money in the bank. They don't want to, they don't want to risk anything. At the end of the day, they lose that money to inflation. You understand? They will lose that money to inflation. Like today, now I borrow somebody some few nairas, and he told me he's going to give me when salary comes in by 22nd. I told him, I'm supposed to even give you with interest, because I don't know where the dollar will be. Dollar to naira will be when you are returning the money. You understand? But I just have to do like, okay, my humanitarian this and okay. So because he needed the money. You understand? So the thing is, if you are keeping your money in the bank, you lose the inflation. I don't want to take much of your time. Like today, I did some calculation. Like today is I think today is what 7th of December. I I did the calculation because I always talk about the bot, I want to know how much I make in a month. Alas, when I did the calculation, I've made over $2,824. $2,824. When I did the calculation by the current rate today, 1,184 per dollar for those of us in Nigeria. That's 3.3 million naira in a month. And the bull run is just getting started. You understand? So if you are wondering why I'm always in the groups, why I'm always attending Zooms, why I'm always online every day, you get reason. This is the reason. Royalq works. It will work for you if you work it, if you trade with it, if you tell other people about it. You show them. Don't force them. Show them. They will do the convince them by themselves. So I don't want to waste our time. People are making money. Like I always share in the groups, about some 4 or 5%, that are in V4, V5, that are making money every single day. So the thing is, it works for people that are plugged in and are ready to show up every day. Because Royalq works. Royalq, like I always say, I've made over more than $221,000 in affiliate commission in Royalq. I don't see any job that can give me that kind of money. So I'm always here by God's grace, God giving us good health, and keeping us alive. So that's my story. If you are here this night, please join the wagon. Royalq works. Royalq will give you time freedom. Royalq will give you financial freedom. That's delivered to some of us, and you also can get the same treatment. So thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, everybody that stayed up to this moment. See you tomorrow morning on the groups. So thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much, Leader OBM. Leader OBM is a V5 in Royalq. Very, very. Leader OBM is a motivator. He's very active on the group. Very, very, very active on all groups. So I'm not surprised why he's in V5 in Royalq. He put in work, so of course he will get results. What he said is very true. A lot of people complain that Royalq is very expensive, $120 for a year. Now the same $120, a lot of people have made over $100,000. Leader OBM himself has made over $220,000. If you calculate it in today's dollar rate, that is over 200 million. So I don't know why. I think on Monday next week, because me personally, I always shy away from talking about referring in Royalq, but the truth is we cannot shy away from it. That is not the primary aspect of Royalq. The primary aspect is trading. But I don't like to talk about the referring part because I feel like we Nigerians, we don't like to hear about it. Anytime Leader George wants to really talk about it, I don't like him to talk about it. But I feel like we have to talk about it because if you don't like to refer, you will not be in Royalq today and you will not be enjoying it. It's somebody that brought you to Royalq and you are enjoying it. And you cannot say you are here, you are not enjoying Royalq. It's not possible. If you are not enjoying Royalq, that means you are not doing the work you are supposed to do. You are not learning about it. You are not watching videos. You are not attending Zoom. You are not disturbing your upline or your mentor. That is why, as long as you are giving Royalq time, you will get money. So this is the screenshot. That is, you can see the amount in total is over $221,000. It's not audio money. This is money that is very withdrawable. So I feel like on Monday, in fact, we are touching team building, only team building. So a lot of you have friends, that have money, but you don't want to tell them about Royalq because, you don't want to refer. You don't like to refer. But you refer every day indirectly. You get a fine outfit, or you saw a fine native and your friend asks you, sharp, this native is sharp. Where did you do it? You give your friend the tailor. They won't pay you. You won't get paid. This your haircut sharp. Who lock your dread for you? Now that salon. You will not get paid. Okay, talk about the one that you get paid and help people, save people from Ponzi scheme. For where you will not agree. I don't know how you people are greedy. You are making money, you are hiding, you are dodging, you are making money, you are dodging your money. Don't want people to know what you are doing. Why? Will they collect your money from your wallet? I like everybody to make money around me so that you not come and begging me. Yeah, I need more money. Not come and be inconveniencing me and be asking me for money, irrelevantly. If all of us were good, if in fact, imagine all of us were good this December, we'll just, do very nice this day, all of us will just be hot. So please, tell people about Royalq. If you are a V1 in Royalq, tell somebody, activate somebody. You get $30. It's withdrawable. You withdraw it. You use it to trade. We have so many leaders that did not have trading capital. They only had 120. They activated their robot only. And they started talking about Royalq. Got capital from there and started using it to trade. Please, let's do well to tell people about Royalq and consider saving people. December now, if you go everywhere, you see Ponzi. See people now talking about Ponzi anyhow. They are doing Ponzi. They will still cry. And you are seeing your friends. You're not advising your friends, don't do this thing. Any platform that you give your money to, the company, you will cry. It's a standard. And a lot of people, they might not even have the intention. A lot of startup companies, they might not have the intention to scam people in the beginning. Yes, they might be few, they might not have the intention to scam people. But imagine sleeping and waking up and you are seeing millions of naira in your account. You are a human being now. You sleep, you wake up, you see millions in your account. You will change your mind that, okay, no problem, let's run. I cannot. The money is too much. Let's run. I've changed my mind. I'm not doing genuine this thing again. So please, try as much as possible to tell your friends, your families, about Royalq. You save people, I beg, save people. And also, if you are new here, you are just joining for the first time, get back to the person that invited you to this Zoom. The person is going to send you a link. You register. The person is going to guide you on what to do, and you activate your robot. Join the community, attend Zoom meetings. It's a legit business. It's only Ponzi that will tell you, oh, come, withdraw. Or yeah, come maybe after 7 days or every Tuesday. Come and withdraw. Deposit, withdraw, deposit, withdraw. It's scam. And a legit business will not tell you, okay, this is how much you will make daily. It's not possible. As long as it's legit. You cannot open a store now and you will say, oh, I will make five naira every day. It depends on your customers. What if a customer did not come to buy today? What if 10 customer comes today, tomorrow only one comes? Please, let's unlearn a lot of things. We need to unlearn a lot of things. How much will I be making daily? Nobody can tell you that now. A market goes up, comes down. It's like a physical business. If you are selling gari, if nobody wants to buy your gari, you will not sell. So that is how it is. So yeah, can someone withdraw all capital when the boat is still running?
Well, let me answer that. Afam,
Guys,
you when the boat is running, do you mean when the robot is already using your capital to trade? If there's an ongoing trade, I said it when I was giving my presentation. Depending on the return rates, if it's on floating profit or it's on floating loss, in any one you do, try to operate it. If you want to sell manually, try to sell in floating profits. If you cannot wait for the robot to get what for the coin to get to 1%, but it's not advisable to withdraw your money from your Binance when the robot is still using the capital to trade. The trade is still ongoing. I explained something about abnormal. There's a picture I explained when I was answering someone on the chat about abnormal sales. If you do it more than 3 times, if you tamper with the money the robot is trading with, your capital, you have already instructed the robot to trade with, and the robot is on it trading. The trade has not sold yet, and you went to carry the capital in your Binance and use it. If the robot sells and gives you an abnormal operation 3 times, Royalq deserves the right to delete your account. It shows that you are not ready for the robot. You are not ready for the business. So if you have emergency, you can end the trade. You can sell off. Sorry. You can sell off the trade either in floating loss or in floating profits. If you sell off in floating loss, you are making real loss for yourself. But if you sell off in floating profits, you are good. So thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much. I believe Leader George, thank you so much, Leader George, for explaining Leader Obiang. Thank you so much for being active in the community. I believe that Leader George has been able to answer your question. You have a running trade and you have given it instructions and you want to withdraw your money. I don't know, but it's better to withdraw the money that you are not using. You know, you've given the robot instruction and you have a running trade, but you want to remove the money from the trade. So I believe that Leader George has answered that question. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on Monday. We always have our Zoom Mondays and Thursdays, same time, 8:30 Nigerian time. So we are always here. We are always here. You can just save the Zoom link, even though you might not get the Zoom link or you might get it late. But just make sure just know that we are always here on Mondays and Thursdays, 8:30. Thank you so much, so much for taking out time to attend this Zoom meeting. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, if you are new, just go and meet the person that invited you. The person is going to put you through. You learn everything you need to know. And if you are lost, don't worry. It's because you've not activated your robot. Once you activate your robot, you will be found again. Thank you so much and good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.